in the AFC North. We're hearing that Shedeur has injured his oblique during practice. So how concerning is this for Shedeur as he is trying to, again, make his way up the depth chart, be QB2, potentially QB1 in the future? Should we be ringing alarm bells, or is it a little bit preliminary for that?
It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing.
Cleveland just lit a match in a room full of gasoline. The Eagles saw it, you saw it, and now the Browns QB drama is about to blow. Before we dive in, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you love Shedeur, then comment one line for Shedeur. Turn on notifications so you never miss a drop. When the Browns faced the Eagles, Dylan Gabriel got the start. Shedeur Sanders was out with an oblique injury. That came right after Shedeur took the world by storm in his first preseason game of 2025. The Browns then added to the chaos. They named Joe Flacco the official Week 1 starter. Shedeur already made it clear he deserves a 53-man roster spot. So the next logical move was obvious. Give Gabriel a full runway in a preseason game. He got the entire first half. Kenny Pickett and Shedeur were both ruled out. His performance and his words left a rough mark on the NFL world. I waited for the full context before recording this. Saw the reports that came out after the Dylan Gabriel interview. Now back to Cleveland. We finally saw Dylan Gabriel in an NFL game. We got answers to the questions that followed him since the draft. And he dropped a line that made fans ask what is going on in that QB room. On paper, Gabriel was average. He went 13 of 18 for 143 yards. No! Touchdowns, 1 pick six, 1 lost fumble. Some fans praised the accuracy. Those balls spun clean. The completion rate was high. The problem was not accuracy, it was decisions. People online said the pick six was not his fault. Even Kevin Stefanski backed him. He said players were out of their sandbox. He said they would clean it up. He said that should never happen on that play. I'm all for building up a rookie, but the tape is the tape. That interception iced on Dylan Gabriel. Here's why. Roll the all 22. The ball is at the Eagles' 31-yard line. Gabriel is under center. Single back. 13 personnel. Both outside receivers are tight to the formation. It looks like a run. The strong side tight end motions to the weak side to bait a mismatch. Cleveland fakes the handoff. The play action sells hard. The front seven bites and flows outside the right hash. They are erased. Great call by Stefanski. Great execution by the offense. Then it unravels, frees it as Gabriel rolls. You see a wide open crosser in the middle. You see the strong side tight end check and release. He is wide open too. Both linebackers took the cheese. They are 5 steps behind. The motioning. Tight end who came back post snap is covered. He is strapped. The only real throws are the 2 open targets. The outside receiver on the strong side runs a deep corner as a decoy. He drags both safeties away. Gabriel locks eyes on Deontay Johnson on the crosser. That is the right first read. Eagles rookie safety Andrew Mukuba has his back turned to Deontay. He is playing the deep route. This should be a layup. First down and maybe more. Gabriel waits. He lets it overcook. This concept is a 3-level flood to the strong side. It works because each route hits a different depth. It creates clean windows. It only works if the ball is on time. When you hold it, you create a traffic jam near the sideline. You suck all the space out of the play. Gabriel holds it long enough for Mukuba to recover and drive on Deontay. He holds it long enough for a defensive end to stop trailing the fading tight end and apply pressure. The other tight end, who was covered from the snap, tries to shake free. He throws a shoulder. He cuts up into the roots behind him. Now 3 bodies share 1 lane. Gabriel never takes his eyes off Deontay. He still tries to force it. Deontay is a foot from another receiver. Mukuba jumps it like a punt return. Pick 6. Meanwhile, the fading tight end did the veteran thing. He sat down in a soft spot right in front of Gabriel. That is the easy throw after window 1 closes. Empty if. This looks familiar, you are not imagining it. It is almost the same play Shedeur Sanders used for his first touchdown in the first preseason game. Same formation, same action. But Shedeur did it on the Carolina yard line. Less space, less margin. 4 error. Ball is snapped. Same play fake. The tight end motions across. Deontay runs across him. Shedeur slides into daylight. He sets his feet. He works the reads. He rips it fast. He finds Caden Davis in the back of the end zone. It only works because he throws before the routes drift into the same zip code. Shedeur turned it into a highlight. Gabriel turned it into a disaster. Right now it is clear who gives Cleveland the better shot. The world sees it. I think Gabriel sees it too. Because after he came out for Tyler Huntley, Gabriel said this: there are entertainers and there are competitors. My job is to compete, and that is what I'm focused on doing. That sounds like a shot at Shedeur. There's history here. We remember Cam Ward jawing at Shedeur before the draft. Why are you practicing with a hat on? You do not play with a hat on. You wear number 2, so you want to be number 2, never number 1. It sure sounds like Gabriel is worried about his job and his spot. And this is while ESPN reports the Browns might keep 4 quarterbacks. I expect the Browns to carry 4 quarterbacks on the final 53-man roster. The quote blew up so fast that Gabriel had to clarify. He said all of you in this room are entertainers and you have a job to do. He added that he is all about the team. He said he would never make that kind of comment at a teammate. He said he has explained it. Entertainers are you. Competitor is what I am and what my teammates are. We both have jobs to do. I am not buying it. He knows the label the media pinned on. Shedeur. He had national TV time and still dropped that line. That gave the Dylan over Shedeur crowd more fuel. Ian Hartitz even tweeted that if you take away the pick 6, the lost fumble, and the 2 sacks, it is hard not to be impressed by Gabriel. So if you delete all the bad stuff, he was great. Come on now. His last 3 Shedeur tweets were jokes when the kid slid in April. Some people hate Shedeur because of his last name and his college swagger. I was a critic of the draft slide too. The talent is real. Then the depth chart dropped and it got wild. Joe Flacco is QB1, Kenny Pickett is QB2 even though he has been out for over 3 weeks. Dylan Gabriel is QB3. Shedeur Sanders is QB4, the same. Guy who just broke preseason viewership records with 2 touchdowns. 4th string, fans went nuclear, people demanded a trade to a real team. ESPN First Take even brought on Duskito Cook the Browns. It backfired fast. He said what God has for. That boy cannot be stopped. He said when he taps that wrist, you make sure the watch still there. It was a moment. This depth chart may not matter in 6 weeks. Let us talk about Kenny Pickett. He has been out since July 26 with what they called a mild hamstring. 3 weeks later, and he still cannot go in 11 on 11. Joe Thomas has been at practice as a broadcaster. He said Pickett will not be ready for a couple more weeks. That puts him near week 3. Pickett also said this is his first soft tissue injury. He is being cautious. He is in the last year of his rookie deal. $2.62 million fully guaranteed. The Browns declined his 5th-year option. This is his shot. Now look at the opening stretch. Week 1 at Cincinnati, Week 2 at Baltimore, Week 3 home versus Green Bay. 3 tough teams right out the gate. Flacco threw 15 interceptions in his last 11 starts. If he struggles, Kenny becomes the healthy veteran option right on cue. It gets worse. Week 4 is Detroit. Week 5 is Minnesota and London. That is 5 playoff teams in the first 6 games. That is not the runway for a 40-year-old who must handle heat. Reports say Flacco plans to retire after this season. That makes him a lame duck. The future sits on the bench. The Browns fear losing early and a full fan revolt. They would rather go 6-11 with Flacco than 4-13 with a rookie. They think that saves Kevin Stefanski. If they start 1-5 or 2-6, the pressure to change will be massive. So what happens with Shedeur? He has stayed professional. He said he is comfortable with being uncomfortable. His preseason debut nearly broke NFL Network records. He went 14-23 for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns against Carolina starters. He showed poise and touch. LeBron. James and Jamie Foxx posted about him. Willie beaming bars and all. He is the real deal. The more Joe loses, the louder the drum gets. His Rookie of the Year odds are plus 2,500 because he is not expected to play. That can flip fast. If Cleveland is 2-6 after London, the call for the 5th round steal will shake the walls. Gabriel's window might already be closing. That pick 6 was Sorrow that even Shannon Sharp called him out. The entertainers line made it worse. He tried to walk it back. The room did not buy it. He has the worst completion rate in camp at 54.9%. He is also battling a hamstring. He is 5 foot, 11 and 205 pounds. He is the smallest quarterback in the room. The most likely path is a mid-season trade if the Browns slide. Carolina or New England could toss a late pick to see if they can fix him. Cleveland would take it to in a spot for someone who can help. Thus, Browns hold 2 first-round picks in 2026 thanks to the Travis Hunter trade with Jacksonville. They could be picking in the top 5. Early ESPN mocks link them to Cade Klubnik or Lenore Sellers, but if you plan to draft a quarterback next year anyway, why not see what you have in Shedeur now? He fell to the 5th round because teams thought he might be an entertainer. His preseason said that take is lazy. He set an NCAA record with a 49-game touchdown streak at Colorado. He won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. Those are not entertainer stats. The cap is ugly. The Browns are projected to be $36.4 million over the 2026 cap. That is almost all Deshaun Watson's deal. He is owed $92 million guaranteed through 2026. He is on injured reserve after a second Achilles surgery. That trade is the worst of the new millennium. It handcuffs growth around young talent. This franchise is also on starting quarterback number 40 since 1999. 40. At some point, the approach is the problem. Look at rebuilds that work. Arizona moved off Josh Rosen and drafted Kyler Murray. Washington suffered years of mid, then committed to Jaden Daniels. Cincinnati went from punchline to power by investing in Joe Burrow. Those teams picked a guy and went all in. Cleveland is trying to thread a needle that is not there. Win now with Myles Garrett. Also develop the future. So they start a 40-year-old while 2 rookies sit. Here is my call. Flacco starts. He runs into that wall of a schedule. They land at 1-5 or 2-6 after 6 weeks. The fans revolt. Stefanski feels heat. Kenny Pickett gets the ball around week 7. He will be healthy by then. The spin is a new start for a former first-round pick. He gets 3 or 4 games. His career line is 15 touchdowns and 14 picks in 30 games. That does not move you. When he struggles too, the Shedeur Sanders era begins. It happens right after the bye in week 10. Cleveland will be on life support. The focus shifts to 2026. Shedeur gets the last 7 or 8 games. That stretch decides everything. If he flashes, they use those 2026 firsts on other positions and build around him. If he struggles or never gets a real shot, they draft a quarterback. There's also the money. Flacco's contract has incentives that can push the cost to $13 million. He is 40. Shedeur costs $951,000. Gabriel costs $1.13 million. If you're not a playoff team, the math is simple. Do not pay $13 million to go 6-11. Pay under $1 million to go 4-13 and learn about your future. This season is an audition for 2026. The Browns have 9 picks next year. That includes 2 first-rounders from Jacksonville. The 2026 class looks stacked. Cade Klubnik, Lenore Sellers, maybe Arch Manning if he declares early, though that seems unlikely. The Browns could have the number 1 pick if this season craters, or if Jacksonville underachieves. Drafting another quarterback means admitting misses on Gabriel and Sanders. Andrew Berry knows his job rides on finding the franchise guy. Tell me what you think about the decision to name Joe Flacco the starter. Do you buy my theory that they ride the rough start with Joe before turning to Shedeur? Or do you think something else is going on? I want your take in the comments.
Thanks for staying informed with us. If you found this update helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, share the video with others who should know, and hit that subscribe button with the bell so you're always first to hear the latest breaking stories.